What's up guys, FM Campbell here. Welcome to the first transfer window update of this Man United save. I've had quite a good response so far. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. I know it's obviously very early doors, but there will be loads more videos coming up very shortly. Get your comments in below if you think there's anything that you would do differently or anything you disagree with. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. We'll go straight into the main reason why you're probably all here. Who have we bought and who have we sold? Now, we'll go through the outgoings first. So these players have all gone out on loan. Will Keane, Josh Harrop, Dean Henderson, Sean Goss, Joe Roffa, Reece James, Sam Johnston, Ben Pearson, James Wilson, Jesse Lingard, Donald Love, Matthew Willock, Tom Thorpe, Dimitri Mitchell, Callum Evans, Joel Pereira, Andreas Pereira, Ashley Fletcher, Liam Grimshaw, Ryan McConnell, Sadie Janko, Marnik van Mile, Paddy McNair, James Weir, Borthwick Jackson, Kieran O'Hara, Jordan Thompson, Devontae Redmond, Joe Riley, Ruari Croscari, I think I pronounced that correctly, Scott McTominay, Oliver Rathbone, George Dorrington, Humam Tariq and Tyler Blackett have all gone out on loan. The reasons why I didn't mention who we got, Stratcolursi, because we signed him on a free. He's available on a free at the beginning of the game. Got him straight out on loan as soon as we got him in. 100% wages. All players are going for 100% wages and are playing in a key role in the team that they've gone to. Yeah, I like Stratcolursi. I played with him on a West Brom save in the last FM before I started this channel. So I do, well, previously he was quite good. So hopefully you can make some money on him. His value is already 5.5 million. He's only 26. The other one that I didn't mention was Miroslav Stevanovic. Also available on a free, 4.9 million value already, playing on the right. He's never going to break into my first team, but I think I can make some money in the future. Humam Tariq, he's joined us for quite a low amount. I'm trying to remember how much it was, 300k, but unfortunately we couldn't get a work permit for him. So he's gone straight out to Mordovia on loan in a key role, and yeah, he's got some good prospects about him. Moving up the list, Anders Lindegaard we let go on a free simply because he was on too many wages. We're paying 15 grand, but we were previously paying 40, so we're making a bit of a save, but that's only to the end of the season. I can't stand him. Wanted to get rid of him. Talking of can't stand him people, Chris Smalling. He doesn't look too bad, I guess, and he's English, I guess. He's 24, still quite young, but there's just so many better centre backs out there that are available, and I just saw the opportunity and I took it when Arsenal made the offer of 16 million. Who else went out? Ashley Young we let go for 10 million. He's gone to Tottenham. 29 years old. He's getting at the wrong end of his 20s. And I know he's English and stuff, but I just think there's better players available. And also, someone to be earning that much money with that's not even playing, because obviously Di Maria is going to be starting. It made sense to get rid of him. Anderson we let go on a free. He winds me up. He had to go. He was on too much money. We let him go to West Ham, and fortunately it's turned out to be quite a good decision, as he's not doing too great, to be honest with you. Who else have we got that's gone out? I think that's all of it. Yes, that's pretty much. Well, yeah, that's everyone that's gone out. We made 30.5 million in fees. So now we move on to the incomings. As Anders Lindegaard left, we got a new youngster goalkeeper to play behind David De Gea. Matteo Perrin also used him in the same West Brom save as Stratcolursi, and he proved to be quite good in the future as well, but he will always be second choice to David De Gea, but I was just thinking of the long term really. I know probably one day he'll start to moan about not playing enough football, but that'll be the day that hopefully I can bring in a regen, or maybe even better, just a young wonder kid. Stratcolursi I spoke about. Leonardo Bittencourt, he has come from Hanover. His report is not too bad at all. I'm quite pleased with that. So going forward in the future, he's likely to be a very good player. 8.75 million he came in for. Bilal Old Cheek, I think I'm going to reach him to play on the left and him be second choice to Di Maria, because the plan is to have Januzaj as a central attacking midfielder. So between him and Mata. They should occupy that position nicely. Moving on, we also mentioned Miroslav Stefanovic. So we move on to Eder Alvarez Balanta. Now this guy was the man in the last Football Manager, and by the looks of it, he is once again going to be the man. 6.75 million in value, or well, for the fee, from River Plate, and he looks like a beast already. He's only 21 years old. Now you can see why I let Chris Smalling go, because he's just so much better. Imam Tariq, I also told you about. He came in for 300k. He's got lots of potential about him, as you can see there. But we do need to get a work permit for him. Now the next two, I actually just went. Basically, these are a lot like Matteo Perrin. These are cover in the positions where I was sort of struggling to buy. I did look at a couple of wonder kids, but they were very expensive. Looked at, who did we get? Make or Maike, Danilo for right back. Then we looked at, who did we look at for left back? Rodriguez, the Swiss left back with the long hair. But we went for Gino Peruzzi, who, if you saw the last series on the last FM, this guy turned out to be an absolute welding. Was actually our replacement for Raphael. He's not as good in this one. He's still not too bad, but we got him relatively cheap, 3.5 million just for cover at right back. As you can see, his report is 2.5 stars. He's pretty average. But not only is he cover, when I do find someone that is a wonder kid, I reckon you'll make good money on him. I know his value's already up to 4.7 million at the end of the window, but he's only 22 years old and he's got a lot of potential there. I'm quite surprised that his star rating is what it is, to be honest with you. Moving on then, like I said again, we've got some more cover, this time a left back. So this is Nikola Maximovic, and he is going to be our cover for Luke Shaw. Again, he's 22 years old, again his value's gone up to 4.7 million. We bought him for 3.4 million, so only 100 grand less than Peruzzi. And he looks pretty much across the board, to be honest with you. He's got a lot of potential about him, but again, he's only 2.5 star potential. But that's, I kind of contradicted myself there. But he's still, I don't know, it's like his stats differ to his report in a way. I know it's down to your assistant manager and stuff, and obviously Ryan Giggs is my assistant manager, and his judging player potential and things like that isn't the best. But still, for cover, it's not a bad bit of business in my opinion. He came for Torino, by the way. Another man that you may recognise from the last series, Lucas Romero. This guy is a beast. I cannot illustrate how good he is. He's come straight into the team because of injuries. He's been playing every game and he's just been smashing it. 7 million from Velez. He looks like again, same as last year, like he's going to be a top player. Now, this is where the money goes in. If you've seen the previous series, and I keep going on about it, you'll know that I'm a bit of a wheeler dealer. I like to make money. I think money is a massive thing, especially if you want to win trophies and things like that. So I tend to buy young normally, and then either make money on them, or get them into the first team and they'll become world beaters. Now, these two, I couldn't let go. Well, basically, Marco Reus would not come to me for ages. Deadline day comes across. I think, right, let's try him one more time. Put down his release clause, which is £21 million, which is always accepted, obviously, but he wouldn't speak to me for God knows how long. Finally, on deadline day, just out of nowhere, he decided to speak to me. And I was absolutely buzzing. Now, you're probably thinking, why did you get him? You got Di Maria. Well, the plan is to have him and retrain, which I am retraining him, on the right-hand side. So it will be one of our strikers between Falcao, Van Persie and Rooney, unless I play Rooney in the hole. And then on the left, Di Maria, on the right, Marco Reus. Not a bad team at all, just with the front four. So, quite buzzing to see how he gets on. Another one for deadline day, Paul Pogba. This guy has come home, back to United finally. He's a beast. Look at him already. Look at them stats for a 21-year-old. He's just absolutely unreal. So I'm really happy with them two signings. I was looking for a world beater centre back and a world beating defensive midfielder, and then a young defensive midfielder. I looked at a gentleman called Ruben Neves. Now this guy is unreal. Let's hope we got the right one. No. He's a defensive midfielder. Plays, if he wants to work, he plays in Portugal. I think it's a Port. Oh, has he gone out on loan? Was that even there? Here he is. So yeah, he plays for Porto. 17 years old, and look at him. Now, unfortunately, he wouldn't come to me, but he is going to be absolutely unreal. So I really want to get hold of him and get him to join the team. As Carrick's getting old, Blind, although he's young, he's not the best, and he'll probably only ever be cover. But then again, so will Ruben Neves. But going forward, I'd like to get a well-beaten defensive midfielder and a well-beaten centre-back. We did try also to go for Mats Hummels. I had bids of 35 million at the beginning of the game accepted, but he just wouldn't speak to me, unfortunately. So, I mean, centre-back is the position I'm really stuck. I wanted Varane, but he's injury-prone, and I'm not a big fan of injury-prone players. So if you've got any recommendations, get your comments in below. This guy has got to come in straight into the first team, partner up with Phil Jones, and he has to be a leader at the back. He has to be the main centre-back, basically, with Phil Jones obviously learning from him. Ideally, maximum age of 26. I don't really want to go any older than that because it's just a bit of a waste of money to only have a defender for about 4 or 5 years. So max age of 26. But yeah, let me know what you think and get your comments in. So, let's go on to staff. Now, to be honest with you, it's not easy remembering exactly who I brought in because it was such a while ago. The first window always takes time on a new game, especially. Warren Joyce, I recognise Firma Favini. He's come in as head of youth development. Absolute beast. Look at him across the board. Player potential's 20. Working with youngsters 20. Judging abilities 18. Although it's not really too important in my opinion. And he looks unreal. So, but he's also was good in the last FM. So you probably recognise him. You may have signed him yourself before as well. Who else we got? So Franz Hoek has come in. No, he hasn't. He was already brought here by Van Gaal. Here's another man that we brought in, Jose Manuel Oxo Torino. I think that's how you pronounce it. Goalkeeping coach. Goalkeeper's 20. Man management 20. Technical 20. Judging ability and potential both 20. Determination 20. Motivating and mental both 18. Absolute unreal goalkeeping coach. Highly recommend him. Marcus Fernando came in, fitness coach, and he's 20 at fitness, 20 at physiotherapy. Quite happy with that. Richard Hawkins, I think he's coming as well. I'm not too sure, can't really remember. The thing is, you wouldn't know, but I could check his contract, but it would be the same as if Van Gaal brought him in. So, René Meulensteen, he's also come home, back to United. Absolute beast, he's always very, very good. Who else we got? Attilio Lombardo. He's our attacking coach, as you can probably guess. 20 at attacking. John Cook was already here. Tony Williams already here. Steve McNally was already here, I think. Yep. I just realised I need to get another physio because I've only got under 18 physios. These are for the youngsters basically. Physiotherapy is not great, but it'll do. I decided that 15 would be the limit. Manny Johansson was already there. Now, scouts. Trying to remember who's not. Right, Lico Cravelli I brought in. 18 and 20. Ability and potential. Who else have we got? Newton Motta, another Brazilian scout. 16 and 20 this time. I think Jeff Austin's already here. 17 and 19, yeah, he was. Ed Van Steen was already here. He's a Van Gaal signing. Bill Green we brought in, 18 and 18. English scout. Les Kershaw was already here. David Hamilton we brought in again. Same as last year, 17 and 19 this time. And then Mauro Pederzoli, Italian scout, 18 and 19. So that's the staff that we brought in. Obviously you can go through and compare them if you like to current Man United coaches, and you can see who we've got rid of. Because to be honest with you, I would not be able to tell you. I know Nicky Butt's gone. Who else? Oh, yeah, Nicky Butt. Brian Robson was director of football, I think. No, Brian McClare was the director of football. Sorry. So yeah, you get the idea. And how these coaches fit in. This is what I've got them doing. Now we've got 3 fitness coaches. I'm not too sure who to get rid of at the moment, but I will look into it. Tactics, obviously, if you've seen in the first episode, the link will be in the description. I made myself a coach that coaches tactical training. So 5-star. You can see the stats here. If it will let me, where we go in my profile. So you can see tactical coaching 18, working with youngsters 18. All of the mentors are 18, other than adaptability, because I have no plan on going abroad. So that's the reason why I'm 5-star in that position. René Melenstein is our ball control coach, 4.5-star. Warren Joyce is our defending coach at 4-star. Tilio Lombardo is our attacking coach at 4-star. Giggs is our shooting coach. Now I nearly got rid of Giggs because he's not really that great as an assistant manager, but he does become very good. So I decided to keep hold of him. The ability and potential judging is a little bit of a concern, but hopefully he can improve that relatively quickly. Get him doing his coaching badges. Franz Hoek is our shot-stopping goalkeeping coach, and Oxzo Torreina is our handling goalkeeping coach. So that's how the training map works out and what areas they're covering. So the training brings us into our tactics. Now, I'm playing one of 2 tactics. It's either like a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-1-2-1-2 or a traditional 4-3-3, I suppose. I don't really play the 4-1-2-1-2 too much, to be honest, or the 4-4-2 diamond. This will probably be the formation I play a lot at the beginning. It'll be something along the lines of that, but probably not Fellaini. So in this situation, now I always play an advanced forward up top. I play complete wing backs at left and right back, and 2 central defenders in the middle. Then I play a defensive midfielder, or sometimes an anchor, depending on whether we're attacking or defending. But a defensive midfielder in front of the back 4, and then I'll play a deep line playmaker or a ball-winning midfielder on the left of the centre midfielders, and then an advanced playmaker or an attacking midfielder on the right hand side of the centre midfielders. Then on the left and the right of either wing, behind the front man, I'll either play an inside forward or a winger, depending on their preference. Now Di Maria prefers to be a winger, so I'll play him as a winger. But then Marco Reus on the right prefers to be an inside forward, so I'll do that for him. Old Cheek, I'll be training on the left. He is also, I believe, a winger. And then Bittencourt would be on the right behind Royce. Up top, we've got a choice of Rooney, Falcao, and Van Persie, as you probably know. Who I'll be playing over who, I do not know at the moment. Sometimes I might drop Rooney in the hole and play him a little bit deeper in this sort of number 10 role, or maybe even the Mata role, because basically his role I have set as to get forward as much as possible. So he's almost really a sort of a second striker in a way when Rooney plays there. So that's pretty much the 4-1-2-1-2 tactic. You can sort of see what they're doing in the situation down here. So if you want to pause it and check that out, you can. Then the 4-2-3-1 is very, very similar. It just takes away the defensive midfielder moves forward, and the attacking midfielder also moves forward. So in this case, you would do something a little bit like that. So this guy's normally a ball-winning midfielder. Then we'll have a deep line playmaker or a box-to-box midfielder. And then in front of him we have an advanced playmaker or an attacking midfielder. And then again, either side would be an inside forward or a winger, usually something like that. Up top would be advanced forward or a complete forward, or sometimes a deep line forward as well. But Falcao I like to sometimes have as a poacher, or have so far. Maximovic and Raphael would be the wing backs. Normally Luke Shaw would be in here, but unfortunately he's just coming back from it, he's injured still. And then the centre backs and De Gea in goal. I usually play on the counter, although I have found that control in the game has tended to work a little bit better in this Football Manager rather than the last one, rather than in FM14. I go with a flexible or fluid team shape. And then my instructions tend to always be something like this: retain possession, because that's one of the board requirements when I took the job. Work the ball into the box to get some good passing going. Clear the ball to the flanks, because they're obviously going to be our first outlet for a counter. Whipped crosses, because I don't really have a big man up top, so I'm not going to put too many crosses in the air, especially when there's so many defenders in the Premier League that are good in the air and are good at jumping. I want people to run at defence, so wingers to run at defence, also that playmaker in behind the front man. Look for the overlaps, because obviously the complete wing-back role matches that. And then my two defensive midfielders would sit a little bit deeper. As you can see, drop deeper. I like to play with a high tempo and be as disciplined as possible. Now, let's have a look at the squad itself. So now our choices. So we've got De Gea and Perrin in goal as our choices. Obviously, De Gea is our number one. Then we've got a left back. We've got Luke Shaw or Maximovic, and at right back Rafael Peruzzi. With Luke Shaw and Rafael being our front runners in the two roles. Our centre backs will be Johnny Evans and Phil Jones as first choice, although Balanta has been playing quite well recently, so I've been getting him as much football as possible because he is going to be a world beater, as you can see. And then Marcus Rojo is our fourth choice. And the good thing about what Van Gaal's done is there was a lot of cover at left back. I've played Blint in there a couple of times and he's performed very well at left back. But then also you've got Balanta and Rojo that can play there too. Then on the right hand side you've got Phil Jones who can play right back. So we've got plenty of cover at the back, although I do really believe it needs a worldie centre back in that team, because I've always had that one centre back that just performs every game. He's amazing. He's a leader. He bosses the back four. He's decent. I know Jones can do that or will do that in the future, but at the moment, at the age of 22, it's a big ask, I guess. But he's doing okay. So in the defensive midfield role, we got Carrick, Romero, or Blind. All can play obviously centre midfield as well, which is handy, so they can be versatile in either formation. On the right hand side, we're going for Bittencourt and Royce, with the left hand side being Di Maria and Cheek, and then obviously Valencia's in there as well. Ideally, probably going to look to get rid of him in the near future, but no one would come in for him in the window just finished. So with the two wings, Di Maria and obviously Royce will be the first choice, with Cheek and Bittencourt as backup. Retraining Bittencourt in attacking midfield right and retraining Cheek in attacking midfield left. Then we've got in the number 10 role Januzaj or Mata. At the minute Mata's our number one choice just because Januzaj is still progressing. Big problem with Januzaj. First week goes and breaks his leg. We're the 2nd of September and he's still got 3 to 4 months left recovery. So it's already been a month. So I'm hoping it doesn't sort of stagnate his progression too much. Then we got up front, obviously Van Persie, Falcao and Rooney. I did try to get rid of Van Persie like I did on the last FM. He's 31, he's on 180 grand, he's worth 24.5 million. Natural fitness of 10 is just going to decline. He's injury prone and I just looked to getting rid of him really. No one wanted him until the day after deadline day, would you believe? I was trying to sell him for less than his value, and Chelsea become interested the day after deadline day, so I was a little bit disappointed with that. Then we obviously Falcao, who's just he looks absolute beast, but I'm very concerned over that figure there, because the amount of players that you can get in with that. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do about his contract, because we do have a buyout clause whilst he's on loan of 46.48 million. Don't really know what to do, to be honest with you, with that. So, but he's been previously set up as a squad status of rotation, so I'm quite pleased with that. So they're not moaning at all. Talking of players moaning, as anyone that's probably done a Man United save, David De Gea is approached very quickly by PSG. As soon as I sort of saw the rumours, I offered him a new contract straight away. So he's got a 5-year deal. He's on 100 grand a week, but he's going to be one of the best goalkeepers on the game. And he's just, personally, even in real life, I love him. I think he's decent. So that's something to think about for anyone that's going to think about starting this save. Transfer fee wise, we were given 60 million at the start, but it was very, very flexible, and it was about 120, 150 grand a week extra wages or available wages to spend. So we spent quite a lot of money. A lot of the transfers were done sort of 75% up front and then the other 25% over 48 months, just so I could get as many players in as I could. We've still got 9.9 million funds available in the transfer budget, and I'm also looking to possibly get rid of in the future Johnny Evans if I can get a new centre back. Marcus Rojo again for a new centre back. Who else we got? Michael Carrick's getting old. Probably let's get rid of him very, very soon. Blind will only ever be cover, so whether I can get either a young cover in there or not, not too sure. But we'll see what happens with him. He's only 24, so we've got a lot to think about with Daley Blind. Let me know what you think I should do with him. Fellaini will probably go soon, but I'd like to get his value up a little bit more before I release him or sell him, because I'm probably going to have to sell him for 10 million, and when we've bought him for 27.5 million, I'd like to at least make about 20, 25. Herrera is the man, but his ratings aren't that good, which is a bit disappointing about, because he is a lot better in real life than he is on the game, which is a shame. But when you got Paul Pogba in, who's going to be playing ahead of him, it's not too much of a problem. But Herrera is a bit of a concern, but again, he's only 25. He was 25, just turned 25. So we'll see what happens there. Di Maria we're always going to keep now. Valencia will definitely go soon, so there's some more money, but I'm guessing his value is going to drop by January. Van Persie I'll probably look to get rid of because of what I said earlier, and Falcao I'm not too sure about that sort of spending that much money on a player. Well, I can keep Rooney in there, who's English, and then get maybe a youngster in or two if they both go. I'll probably get sort of a mid it's always someone that's halfway through their progression, and then a youngster like a wonder kid, and see what happens. But yeah, let me know what you think I should do with the team. Let me know who you think I should get rid of, who I should keep. What have you done in your saves? Get the comments in below, and I'll keep going on about it. But I try to interact with you guys as much as possible. Also check out the Twitter, which is at FM Campbell. Links in the description. But yeah, I hope I'm gonna get an okay season. We've started off not great, as you can see here. So we go to the schedule. Well, I say not great. Well, I've recently lost to QPR and I wasn't very happy about it. But some crazy games. I didn't control any of the friendlies. I just asked Giggs to take them and to get the players' tactical sort of knowledge and the knowledge of my system that I'm trying to bring in place, and also some obviously team cohesion and then fitness. And then we went into the first game of the Prem, which was a big game, starting a Sunday, 4 o'clock kickoff on TV. 3-2 win against Tottenham. Fellaini with a goal and then Wayne Rooney with 2. Then QPR, we played away and we lost 2-1. Valencia and Rooney were injured, and Mata got our consolation goal. Then this was a bit of a freak result. As you can see, look at this, right? So Fleetwood scored first. This is in the Capital One Cup second round, to go 1-0 up. Then they scored again to go 2-0 up. Then I brought them back to go 2-1 down, or they'll be 2-1 up. Then we scored again just before half time, and to make it 2-2. Then Fleetwood scored again to make it 3-2 to them. Then Rooney got the winner in the 74th minute, and then Peruzzi was sent off in the 78th. So a freakish 4-3 win against Fleetwood when it's a strong team. Peruzzi didn't have a great game, and well, none of the back four did really. All new players, I guess, other than Jones. But yeah, you can see it's a very, very confusing game, especially when we're in 8s in there and we still conceded 3 against Fleetwood. So slightly a bit of concern. But then we had a nice easy game against Burnley, where we managed to beat them 3-0 at home. Wayne Rooney with 2 and Falcao with his first goal for the club. I'm sure he didn't score. He did, yeah, that's fine. So his first goal for the club. And that's it so far. We're on a bit of an international break at the moment. Our next game is against Newcastle in the Prem. Then West Brom again in the Prem, and then we go back to the Capital One Cup in the third round against Nottingham Forest. Right, so with the game, I've had a couple of problems, or I've noticed a couple of problems. The amount of injuries has just been ridiculous. I don't know whether it's a known problem or I'm just well out of luck. But Januzaj broke his leg in the first week. Valencia had sniffles about him and he was out for 3 weeks. When I say sniffles, I mean the transfer window. Michael Carrick hasn't been fit since the start of the season, although he does start injured, so it doesn't really count. What else have we had? Luke Shaw's been injured since pretty much the start of the season as well. And we just had like little niggles, and players have just been injured here, there, and everywhere all the time. There have either been like 2 or 3 day injuries that will put them out of a game because they're not fit enough, or the match fitness isn't high enough, or it will be a 3 or 4 month injury. Sorry, just to let you know as well, Marco Reus was also injured as well, but he should be back soon. But I think almost everyone has been injured at some point, which is very, very frustrating. But let's see what happens. A lot of goals from the outside of the area as well. Just people just smashing them in top corner. One of the games that I played, I think it was in the Fleetwood game. He's taken it over his left shoulder. It's come down. He's smashed it volley right foot. It's gone top left from about 40 yards. I was just like, really? A lot of goals from crosses as well, and I am hitting the woodwork a ridiculous amount. I'm talking 3 or 4 times a game. So hopefully there's some bug fixes or something coming out if these are if these are bugs. We have to wait and see, but who knows? Let's find out in the near future. But I hope you're enjoying your games. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm trying to get a little bit more in depth with the updates. A couple of people put in the comment sections in previous episodes that they'd like me to go into a little bit more detail about what's going on. If you'd like me to go through anything in even more detail, maybe the tactics, for example, let me know. Put it in the comment section again, and just I read every comment, I reply to every comment, or if they that's one thing actually. When people write comments, make sure you allow me to reply. People have got their replies switched off, and they'll ask me a question, and I can't reply to you. So make sure you do that, because sometimes there's a real sort of good discussion that you could get going, but you haven't got a reply button available. So make sure your comments are available to reply to. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Check out the Twitter for any more updates, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, guys.